Rave it, baby.
We're already started. Let's go.
What's up, gravy babies and biscuit bitches and all of our homies? Hello and howdy and how's it going?
BJ, tell us what's going on with the goat boxes.
Please tell us what's happening with the goat houses. I want to hear it.
So we made these goat houses, right? I mean, dude, they have so many places. They have so many places to go. You know what I mean? Like, let me show you. Let me show y'all real fast. If you're on YouTube, I'm sorry, everybody else. So they could go. There's a dog house. They could go in here, right? If they just wanted to, you go in there over there.
I'm counting 6 or 7 structures. Guess it depends on if you count that giant one as 1 or 3 mushed together.
Go in this one.
Just describing for people who aren't.
Yeah, who don't.
BJ,
This is a good time to encourage you to watch on YouTube, guys. But he's got a bunch of different cubbies, like 7 cubbies.
4 structures, but one structure has 3 separate places they could chill at. Oh, there's another one.
Yeah, then there's this big one for the dog, right? So there's like all these places that they could go in, right? And I'm talking about all of these are like stack hay, fucking all of them got like, you know,
they're spacious.
They're spacious. They're nice.
That's $2,900 in Los Angeles, even if it's burnt to the ground.
Yeah, and that hay is a solid $400.
And they don't get in here. Like we was snowing, and they were all just outside. This dog, I don't understand it. And it's like, man, y'all are gonna be. And it's, you know, it's not like they're not cold. They're cold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
maybe they want you to go in with them.
Are they?
No, because they'll lay out there. They'll get in them like during the day and stuff. I just don't understand it. Dog too.
Do they lay together outside? Maybe they can't all fit in one. And
they don't want to lay together.
Producer Mark says, I think it's just because it needs a welcome mat is what it's missing. Maybe they don't feel welcome.
It doesn't say goats live here.
But, you know.
Say, this house is the goat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get your goat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
that is heartbreaking because
you
spent
a lot of time. I know, so much effort in building these little structures for these assholes, and now they won't go in it.
No, they won't go in there.
You know, as a father, I really identify with this. The lack of appreciation.
Yeah. And like everything we read about them, like you're supposed to leave them open so that they have ventilation, right? They're not supposed to, like, unless you have a big barn that you like a big ass barn, but like we don't have it, and then they're supposed to be okay. But like, I don't know, man. It's wild as hell. Wild as hell, man.
Are these teenage goats? This seems like a teenager thing. This is like a sign of rebellion. You won't tell me where to stay, Papa.
Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
Exactly. Are they in their Rage Against the Machine phase?
Well, I hope so.
Goat against the machine.
Goat against the machine. Yeah, that'd be rad.
Yeah. I'd like anyone against the machine sometimes.
Well, hi, everybody. I said, well, hi, everybody. Oh, what else were you going to say?
Welcome to episode 101. We failed to mark episode 100 in a meaningful, literal way.
Well, there are fires.
That's true.
It's like somebody forgets your birthday when, you know what I mean? When your house was like...
When you were born on 9/11? Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
They should remake that Tom Cruise movie, Born on the 4th of July, and the Born on 9/11.
Yeah, I agree.
If I remember the plot of that actual movie, I would have kept the bit going, but I don't remember it. I remember he was in a wheelchair, and...
I don't remember it at all. I don't know if I saw it, if I'm being completely frank. I don't think I saw it.
He killed like a buddy of his, and then he had to go tell everybody, to go talk to the family. I killed your son. I'm Tom Cruise, Scientology. Then he got hooked on Scientology. That was the thing, actually. he actually had his legs.
TJ thinks
the
it's a
whole time.
documentary.
Yeah, he actually had legs.
You guys don't know about Tom Cruise, the actor that used to be in the military and went to Vietnam?
Exactly.
He got back from Vietnam. He moved right to Hollywood, started making movies, but not until he apologized to that guy's mother. What's funny about that is Tom Cruise has probably killed way more people than that character.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm on the fence about him.
Okay.
He seems kind of cool. His
What?
agent,
Wow.
his agent was Palestinian and got into a lot of trouble about posting like free Palestine stuff, and they were trying to get rid of him, and he like stood up for hardcore. So I'm
That's
like,
cool, but he's also helped David Muscovy kidnap people, and he's a part of an evil cult. You can't just take an issue and be like, well, they're right on
But, I
that.
mean, here's the
So
thing
we're
about
going to
this.
overlook.
You're acting like I don't think he doesn't have a part.
dog.
He doesn't have a role in the kidnapping. It's not like he's
He
kidnapping
calls
folks.
it. He calls the
kidnapped
shots.
Katie
He's the
Holmes,
Jesus of Scientology.
This is blowing my mind.
This is
He's the
wild.
Jesus of Scientology.
Yes. Is L. Ron
Y'all
Hubbard
sure
is God since he created
you're
it?
not getting him confused with John Travolta?
I mean, they're
He's
both
much
higher
higher than
up.
John
He's
Travolta.
higher up
Hey.
than John Travolta is, though, for
He's
sure.
second in line, dude.
Yeah.
And you know why? It's because John Travolta was in that movie directed by Fred Durst. You guys ever see that?
Wait, I'm sorry. We
With
got to
the
go back to
shitty
you defending
mullet?
Tom Cruise.
You talking about where he had the shitty mullet?
I'm talking about Fred Durst movie about goddamn about fucking when goddamn John Travolta was supposed to be like this autistic guy that was like stalking. Have you ever
Yeah,
seen
with
it?
the shitty haircut, he's got like a bad mullet. Yeah.
Hey, it's a pretty good mullet, actually.
It's way worse. It's way worse than what you got going on, Drew. It's real bad.
Yeah, it's bad. It is bad.
I've seen clips of that movie on the internet, and it kills me every time.
It's great. It's great.
Oh my god.
Tom
But
Cruise just has a hold on the American male psyche. I don't know what it is.
The American male. Like, you know why? Because he fought in Nam. He's a hero, dude.
that and he addressed his homosexual tendencies in Top Gun and it satiated a lot of men.
Yeah,
That's
he's
exactly
more of
right.
him with his buddy's son. He apologized to that guy that he killed, too. Instead of apologizing to the mom, he apologized to the son.
Yes. He's a good guy.
He's a low-key male
Open
rights
your mind.
activist. He's not outwardly spoken, but he just does it by actions, not by words.
Exactly. In a time where male loneliness is an epidemic, I cannot believe this epidemic of loneliness overtaking us. Hold us down.
It does explain a lot.
Ugh, I'm crying.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, perhaps we should have some reckoning, and with our comments. We haven't done that.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
let's do
ever.
it.
We did it once.
One time.
Yeah, we've done it once. I gotta pull them up.
Have we
You guys-
gotten a lot of shit in the comments? I don't ever look at them, so
a couple episodes ago, we got some shit in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pull them up. You guys keep talking about Tom Cruise. While I pull
but
them
yeah,
up.
he's the fucking Jesus of Scientology. He leads all the big meetings. He makes all of those decisions. He's into the thick of it.
I'm glad. He deserves it. He deserves it. He's healed us. of our
He's running
loneliness.
the biggest psyop in the country, and you're pro? What? This doesn't
Oh,
make
yeah,
any
I'm pro.
sense.
Thank you.
I'm pro side. I've been pro. Sorry, I've been pro. Scientology. I can't believe you guys don't know that about me. See, dude? You know what I'm saying?
See,
That was like the first thing.
this is why you're like this. You got rid of all your thetans. That's why.
Yeah, all my things. Yeah. Hey, did you see? I do want to say while we're talking about this. Okay, Doug Stanhope special, right? I
Uh-huh.
fucking love it.
I did too.
It's
Super
good.
cool. Super cool. It was great. It was really smart. Super smart. The way he like threaded through it, it was really fucking just. It was a great watch.
Hmm.
I want to say this about conspiracy theories
Yes.
because I keep on hearing this thing that people say, and they're like, conspiracy theories ain't good no more. And he's saying that, and then he talks about fucking getting his conspiracy theories from Roseanne. It's like, it's not that the conspiracy theories out here are any less good, okay? Your source is corrupted, man. You know what I mean? Like, your source is who you're getting them from. You know what I mean? It's like the whole thing with like...
It's because dumb people stole it from us. That's why.
It got mainstream. Went mainstream, dude. Mainstream really
it's not. No, it's
They
not
co-opted
mainstream.
it.
And they're not even conspiracy theories.
They
Like, you're
gentrified
just accepting
conspiracies,
their
man.
narrative. You are
DJ,
accepting
hold
their
on.
narrative. You are accepting their narrative. Like flat Earth. That's not even a conspiracy. Okay, that is a fucking that is a psyop. Number one, which is a conspiracy theory is a theory. It doesn't have an answer. Number one, that just the bottom line. Okay, it's going to be. It's not your when you go to these QAnon people, they're like, the end of the world's coming, or fucking, and they have all these answers for you. That is you are in a delusion. You are in a mass psychosis.
I mean, I don't know. I kind of agree with that, with the world ending.
Well, I'm talking about, pedophiles, adrenochrome, all that shit.
Oh,
you know
gotcha.
What I'm saying? So,
If there's one thing I can connect with conspiracy theorists on, is that the world's ending.
yeah. Right.
If there is a common ground, it's
I think
that.
the conspiracy would be, the theories would be like, who's the cause of it, right? We talk about things like flat Earth, right? Flat Earth is not a conspiracy. It is a psyop. It is a mass solution. The conspiracy theory is, why did it happen? Who is pushing the narrative? Like, who started it, right? Where did it come from? And like a good conspiracy theory is that flat Earth was manufactured sort of like the CIA did in Operation Mockingbird, where they are putting out this false information, not only to see if people will believe it, but to control a discourse. Because you never get anyone to think about where these things come from. Their immediate reaction is, no, the Earth is round. When yes, the fucking Earth is round. You shouldn't even be arguing with somebody about that. You should just be saying, where are you getting this information from? Who are and then backlog, who are the scientists? And truthfully, to control a discourse, and also to have, and this is just a theory, because they wanted to know what they could censor in free speech, how far they could take free speech, right? So you put out this thing, you start censoring it on YouTube and other things like this. As this conspiracy gets building, you always have something to go back on. Oh, what about these flat earthers? Well, number one, the flat earthers ain't did nothing to nobody, right? Except for be dumb. You know what I mean? like they ain't never did anything but be dumb.
One of them farted on me on a plane.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Anyways, that's
He said it doesn't matter. We're
conspiracy.
flying off the Earth anyways.
Right. That's a conspiracy theory, and it's a damn good one. The fact that the fucking Earth is flat is that's not a conspiracy theory. That's what I'm saying. The sources are corrupted, and come to babies. Shit, Thursday, January 30th. Sign up for Discord. We're gonna be talking about disinformation campaign. Brought on for the UFO.
That's a hell of an ad, DJ. That's a hell of an ad, man. This guy don't like marketing, but he does it so well.
I feel the way I feel when I take an upper that I knew I wasn't going to like when I took it. Now I'm just like,
Ooh, how do I get out of this?
yeah.
Was that your only criticism of the special?
Me, the
Of
special.
course, yeah, dude, it was great. It was fantastic.
great.
It looked great. It looked so cool.
It was
Fucking
great.
loved
We
it.
just hold on. We're not going to let that slide. I'm not. I feel like we should say what's going on here. You're saying conspiracy theories haven't gone mainstream.
No, I'm saying
What's gone mainstream is
That's not what I said.
dumb. You literally said no, they haven't. I said conspiracy theories have gone mainstream. You go, no, they haven't.
They're not
I was
conspiracy
there.
theories. They're not even conspiracy
I was
theories.
about to say that.
Okay.
You were saying they haven't gone mainstream, have not gone mainstream because those aren't conspiracy theories. I would argue this is
I bet you would.
analogous.
Bet you would.
This is super analogous to like when anything goes mainstream. One of the main critiques of the mainstream version is that ain't even real punk. That's pop music. That doesn't disprove what's happening. The reason that they suck is that the general population is getting a hold of them. And I can agree with you that then they're screwing it up so bad they're doing it incorrectly, period. But it is still part of the sort of culture of that world. I mean, the mere fact that people who are super into real ones have to defend it and have to say that's not what we do is, I think, evidence of what Carmen and I are getting at, which is that, like, I have a fork.
Yeah, when Fox News
I've got a
is
fork.
when they're
No,
when
I've got the fork. I'm talking. Fork man talking. It's fork time. Which is that little world, which was, a niche thing, is now being exposed to the dumb shit, to the dumbasses, to the dipshits. And yeah, I can agree with you all day long. They're doing it wrong. They're fucking it up. I'm with you on that. But it doesn't change the feeling that person has when they say, well, conspiracies have gotten dumb. You can go, well, they're not really conspiracies. Okay, then the culture's been taken over by idiots. How about
that's
that?
what I mean. It's been
Do you understand what
gentrified.
I'm saying? That there's a difference between talking to someone about a conspiracy theory and talking to Roseanne Barr about crazy shit. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm saying is
I don't think you're.
whenever
Your sources-
people hear the word conspiracy theory, they think about, Democrats drinking baby's blood and Pizzagate
They're
and
not wrong about that.
yeah.
That's fine. No, just kidding. Yeah.
But nothing
It's
better
a
than Carmen
bit.
trying to go toe to toe with you.
No. No, I know what y'all are saying, but
We don't have a fork, Drew. That shit doesn't
This
work
is
if
my
none of us
shield.
get to have a fork.
This is my shield. I gotta go backwards now. That means I'm not talking when it's
For
backwards.
those watching on YouTube, Drew is literally holding a fork at us, which is not going to save you, buddy.
This is protecting me from the rays.
all right. Did you get all that off your chest, Drew?
No, I've never gotten it all off my chest. It lives right there. Did you ask me that?
Oh my goodness. But my joke was funny that the stupid are gentrifying conspiracy theories, because it used to be it took a smart person
yes.
to put
You're right.
things together. It took a smart
right.
here. Hold, I got my own fucking fork. It took it took a smart person to come up with this conspiracy theory, and
Yeah.
now it's just people are grasping at it. I know, because I'm dealing with it with all the fires. Oh, how come something blue didn't burn? How come something blue didn't burn? I don't know. There was a lot of things that also didn't burn. It wasn't only there was a house that was blue that burnt down. So was it the laser? Was it not? I mean, come on now. Fork
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, no. Dude, you're right. You're right. And also, we do feed into it by allowing them the discourse to take over the discourse.
Absolutely. There's a reason that the right wing people are using conspiracy theory. You know what I'm saying? Like that's once it's on Fox News, it's no longer underground people trying to figure things out that are actually happening. You know, when 25 years later, fucking a member of the CIA was like, I'm concerned about how Tower 7 is. I didn't think, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's different than people being like, so far-fetched, or just they so desperately want it to be something else. But whatever.
No, man, I feel that.
But I did like the
Yeah.
Doug Stanhope special. I thought it was a perfect combination of poignant and incomplete. You know what I'm saying? In that I'm putting this together,
yeah.
but him being honest about it, and I've always loved that about him. Him just being honest.
Oh yeah, it was perfect. The bit about us dying together,
Mm-hmm.
like picking the right time. God, dude. Oh, we laughed. It was great. It was great.
Producer Mark says, "Are we only allowed to speak while we hold the fork? Is that it?"
You know,
The fork is defense. That's what I'm trying to express to you guys. This is protection from y'all. When I have it, you can't get through to me. This is defense. I didn't need help on offense. I'm a two-way player.
Did you get to see it, Drew? Did you watch Doug's special?
I've watched about 45 minutes of it. I listened to it in the car and then got to my destination. So I need to circle back. It's long, which I like. Okay, I got a FaceTime. I don't know if I need to take this or not. It's from a client. Can I pause?
Sure.
You guys keep going. I'll be back.
Okay. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, Doug Stanhope just put out what is it? Day Old Meat is the name of the special.
discount meat.
Discount Meat. Thank you.
Isn't it out?
No, Discount Meat is right.
Yeah.
Discount Meat. It's on. He has the whole thing on YouTube. I also like that he used the vintage aesthetic where he put it on older TVs, and I thought that was a cute design bit on it.
Yeah, it looked cool. It was great.
And that was just a set that he did at the mothership. He did that in Austin. That's why he got so many oohs and ahs with him calling them stupid.
Yeah. That
is one of those things he's very much, I don't know. He floats in so many different circles where you're like, I don't really know what you believe entirely, but it feels like he just honestly says it. And that's refreshing.
Yeah, it is. And confusing.
Yes. He called me. Did I tell you that? He called me and asked if I needed a place to stay because of the fires or whatever.
That's awesome.
That's the other thing. He's a sweetheart. And he cares about people.
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very, very rarely have genuine people in an entertainment business. But I mean, obviously you can tell he's pretty much just been doing it, been able to like put him, he'll do it forever probably. It's fucking crazy.
What's so funny is last time he did one, he was like, this is it. I'm done. I don't want to do it. And I was like, yeah, right. As much as your fucking brain works overdrive, there's no way you stop. And then lo and behold, it just took a couple years. But then he was like, because he was doing that tour where it was just like Stanhope and friends, and he would just host the show and then have his buddies do sets. And then that was the whole show. And then it turned into a party and blah, blah, blah. So it was like always a thing. But I love that he's like, this Joe and Bert, they're mid-level drinkers at best.
That's cool.
But yeah, so it's just funny that he eventually was back, because I knew he would be. Speaking of who's back, Drew's back, ladies and gentlemen. Hey.
Sorry about that, everyone. That was a client, and I thought it was an emergency. I was like, well, they don't call usually.
But everything's okay.
Fine.
Good.
Everything's okay. No one failed a drug test. So, you guys are talking about Stanhope still?
Mm-hmm. Did you have any thoughts on anything that you heard so far?
No, it's just great. The 9/11 joke was just so great.
Mm-hmm.
What was better, 9/11 or COVID? Also, he has this affable quality. Maybe you guys got into this that I just appreciate so much as a fan and also as a human. Burr's got it too. And honestly, people don't want to say this, but to a certain extent, Rogan has it. The problem with Rogan having it is that he has all these different people on and lets them just talk.
Yeah.
But this quality of like, I don't know, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I'm just a dude. And it's like so likable, and it's like you kind of ease into it. Whereas like, Chappelle is like, this is
I'm
the
right.
gospel.
Mm-hmm.
And as you age, I don't know, you seem wiser when you're like, here's a maybe thought I had. And I dig that. And when you pull out of that, when you're like, okay, I'm usually the maybe guy. I know this for a fact. It's more powerful. When Bill Burr starts shitting on.
Yeah, when Bill Burr's screaming
CEOs.
"Free Luigi" on fucking Jimmy Kimmel.
Right.
I never met Luigi.
Yeah, it's way more powerful because 5 times in a row you've heard him be like, I
don't know. Yeah.
Anyway, that was my assessment. Also, the fat 70s ties that he does with the thick lapel jacket. I just really dig it. I really dig how Stanhope always looks like a salesman who can't be fired because he's too good at the job.
Yeah.
He looks like a schlubby, stained shirt, grabbing asses, calling everyone cunts, but goddamn, he did $1 million in that region last year. So fire him and then rehire him as a subcontractor, whatever you got to do. But Doug's going on the road because Doug moves vacuum cleaners.
That's awesome.
He is a poster child of what I always thought a drunkard would look like, which is a tie, loosened, sloppy suit. Oh, him talking about how gross he is was hilarious to me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. It reminded me of every punk guy I ever knew that just was rancid.
Yeah. Oh, that was great. Oh, man. There was so much in there.
Yeah, I can't. There's no way I can remember it all now, especially now because I'm on the spot. I should have thought of it ahead of time and wrote it down.
Well, another thing I'll say, this is a broader comment. I mean, there's a billion ways to do comedy, but I think it's fair that you can break almost everyone down into the camp of either they're this type of person and they're ramping it up for our entertainment, or they're this type of person and they've got to mush that and synthesize it into something people can relate to. And that one's more rare. Marita's like that. Stanhope is, I think, like that. And I like that more most of the time when it's like, you are the weirdest, one of one, insane person. And this doesn't work for most people like you. Most people like you can't figure it. They can't mush themselves into a thing that enough people can consume for you to have a career here. And I just think that's, I love that. I think that's awesome. Genuinely.
Yeah, that's why all of his ripoffs just sound insane. All of his ripoffs just sound like an insane person yelling that was given a microphone.
Right. Whereas Jerry Seinfeld ripoffs make it a lot of times if they're good enough because he's the other way. He's like a guy who's a little autistic. Math. And then he's boom. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's more math. And then this is more jazz.
Yeah. Here's a theory I have for you.
Oh shit. Is it a conspiracy theory?
I don't think so because
DJ gets close. I'll quantify that. Thank you very much.
No, I think it's dumb, so it's not allowed to be a conspiracy theory. Nikki Glazer comes across as turning it up. You know, the first time, the Seinfeld type of like,
no, she's way meaner off stage.
And I'm going through life, and then I'll pull up my persona on stage. I think it's the opposite. I think that woman is because like she lets little stuff out, like her and her boyfriend I think have been in an open relationship forever. She's always referencing BDSM stuff, and so I think she is mushing her freak into like Taylor Swift fandom sensibilities, and I've always found that interesting about her.
She's 50 Shades of Grey of comedy is what she is to me.
But the question is,
it's palatable freak for boring people.
But the question is she a boring person who's talking about her freak so other boring people can relate to it, or is she a freak who's figured out how to make it palatable? And I'm saying I think it's the latter, which interests me.
No, I think she's definitely a freak. Are you kidding me? The repressed the beginning. Plus, I know a lot of comics that they've been there, done that. I already heard the stories. The boys, the locker room. Listen, when they let a bitch in the locker room, you learn a lot. You know. So yeah, I definitely think she's a freak that's trying to.
In the locker room, you learn a lot. Carmen just described NBC's NFL Wings' whole business plan for the last 25 years when they cover the league. Just let a bitch in the locker room, see what happens. Well, anyway, all I wanted to say about the comment section. All I wanted to say about it is, well, actually, I don't want to do it anymore. We've
Why?
moved on. No, it's not, because it's just like it's past, you know?
No, do it. We were gonna do it. You got a phone call.
We were gonna do
so
it.
then we
man.
just
Yeah,
went
but I
around
had
the
to pull it up, but
circle.
now I don't anymore. I gotta go find it.
What was it about?
Yeah, just give us the cliff
there were
notes.
two I wanted to do.
Okay.
There were two I wanted to do. I wanted to do the episode where we touched on autistic people being telepathic.
Mm-hmm.
We had a lot of people who didn't like that. Some of whom have autism and were sort of like their red flags or spidey senses were up for, I guess, what is a common way to defraud people with disabilities and their families. Kind of offer hope or offer a certain type of thing. And I did find out that the woman who did the documentary is starting a school for kids with autism.
Jeez,
So
of course she is.
You're like, ugh. But then there's also a part of you that's like, and this is true, a lot of the nonverbal autistic kids have figured out how to type, and now they're no longer, well, they're still nonverbal, but now they can communicate with their families. That is a relatively the last 10 or 15 years sort of thing. So it's not like no one should start a school to help families. Anyway.
So what was the comment was that this bitch is defrauding people?
Well,
I gotta be honest. I enjoyed the first half of that podcast.
Same.
The second half of it, buddy, when they got to the dogs and stuff.
I didn't make it to the dogs, dude.
Oh, okay.
I had to back out when it was ghosts. I was like,
oh yeah, the ghost part. Yeah, they really had me.
Producer Marcus says it sounds like she's trying to start the X-Men. This is like the beginning of the X-Men story.
Yeah, she was also on this other podcast that like I have dabbled in, but like I'm not really a fan in, and it kind of went sideways in there too. So I don't know necessarily, but I do. The first of it was very touching, especially like when they were talking about how far we've come and how people just used to lock these people up and stuff like that. And now, you know, giving
now
them
my idea is tell the world they're witches. That'll work out okay.
Yeah, I guess I could see how somebody would comment about how that's concerning Drew. Meanwhile, Drew's like, they're magic! They're magic!
They got them.
That's her.
What's the other okay, yeah, go look it up. You had plenty of time to look up the goddamn comments. Look it up.
I found this one.
Okay.
What about this stuff?
Okay.
Now I've already forgot what the other one was about. What else have we been talking about?
Fires.
Yeah, the fires.
Wasn't that?
Do your best.
Nobody knows the trouble I've
How would I know
found.
what you looked up?
No, I said, what have we been talking about? So I can go
on
find
this
it.
podcast?
Yeah. What have been our issues lately?
We talked. Oh, you mean on the last few? Oh, that's bad.
Here,
I don't.
I'll read this one and then I'll go try to figure it out.
Okay.
I'll just read some of it.
Okay.
Okay. I am a pile of high-octane autism, and I really dislike the autism as a superpower trope, especially when applied to autistic children who have communication difficulties. Autistic kids' lives are hard enough without adults making them seem more mystical or exotic. Savants are real, and autistic people, and especially autistic children, can often catch on to signals that seem wild to allistic folks, which I guess is the opposite of autistic. But when you start talking about telepathic communication, I get my defenses up. I also hear several things here that sound like textbook disinformation tactics. Mixing huge, world-changing claims in with emerging science is an old and well-worn trick. It's also not that hard for people with resources to find crackpot or corrupted doctors to say what they want a doctor to say. Look up the story of the breatharians, for example. You know, this actually feels related to the conspiracy theories are one thing, and people just believe in dumb shit on another topic. DJ was touching on momentarily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think just because. Go ahead.
I was going to say that particular person's special interest was breaking my heart.
I'm really. Sorry your podcast was full of shit. I think you'll be okay.
I said it was full of shit. It's fun to go down this path that Drew did this, but I was like, I can't believe it. I literally can't believe it.
I thought it was very sweet of you to like have that, and I think that
and be vulnerable about it because you didn't know.
Yeah,
I get it.
I thought it was very sweet.
Because, and I definitely think your heart was in the right place too. Like, how rad would it be?
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Oh yeah, go ahead, Drew. Go ahead, you got the fork. Go ahead.
The fork is not for offense; it's for defense.
I know we were complimenting you.
Fuck? It's hard. It's hard to take compliments sometimes, guys. It's difficult. My fork made me feel safe.
He's never fucking happy.
What are you talking about? I was sitting there listening to you guys quietly, and now I'm being yelled at. You won't let me have my fork. I need to. I did nothing wrong. I picked up a fork, and then I got yelled at.
All right.
Yeah, there is something to be said about intuition and stuff like that. I mean, there's this the spidey sense thing is real. There's no way that is not real, but I don't know that it's not. I don't think that it's telepathic because telepathic is like direct communication. I think there's an intelligent
when I was in prison, right? When I was in prison, like every once in a while they just like move around in dorms because they generally don't want you to just be in one dorm for like too long. And,
they don't want you guys conspiring.
Yeah, set up a spot and all that shit, right? So like, there's been times when I've been like moved to a dorm and like walked in the front door and been like, holy fuck, dude, this is something, and you can just feel it. And I mean, nothing really out of the ordinary, but like you walk in and there's a tension. There's a fucking, like you walk in there and it's just like, holy shit, man.
It's the same thing with people. There's people that I met where everybody loves them, and I'm just like, I can't, like, and then you find out later something awful happened. I mean, it was the same thing with Jeff Ross. Like, the reason I'm not part of Roast Battle anymore is because he creeped me out in a way that was like not normal creep. And then, of course, you find out later he, coerced a dude into letting him date his 15-year-old daughter for 5 years or whatever. And it was just one of those, it was just like, there's something about, it was the same thing with Dalia. There's just something about these people. They didn't say anything. They didn't do anything. The second I met them, it felt fucking weird. And most people don't pick up on that. And I think a lot of neurodivergent folks do. I think that you could sense energy more, especially people who are nonverbal. Like my friend has his kid is very limited in the way he communicates, and we communicate fucking rad because I can make the jumps that he's making in his head. So he'll say a word and I'll look at what we're talking about and I'll go, oh, you talk about this. This reminds you of this and this. And then he gets it. We have a full conversation with 3 words. It's just learning how to communicate. So it's just like, I do think there is something to be said that there is a communication that happens in people who are neurodivergent that people who don't have that are not good at, or don't either, whether it's a muscle that they don't flex or whatever, but I don't think it's fucking telepathic. I think the idea of them being telepathic is rad though. It'd be great if you had a cool superpower.
I'm gonna be honest, some of the fucking people on there, this lady genuinely just lied and paid them to lie or whatever, or they are telepathic with their moms. But that is something.
For sure. Literally
what it is, like completely been fabricated. It's not like, or it's because it's not like, oh, they're touching. It's like, no, they was in different rooms.
Yeah, dude.
And the dude was reading what she was reading. But
there's video. It's crazy.
It's crazy. But maybe she faked it. But that aside, I want to talk more about creeps. Do you remember a time where you feel like you might have been wrong about somebody?
Sure, Louis.
Oh, I meant the other way. Interesting. Yeah, Louis was something.
But I'm
I do
also
want to talk about
as-
Louis
but
in
I mean,
that direction. For people who are confused, that direction is someone who you didn't think was, you thought was like a pure heart, and then maybe they're not or whatever. Yes, I've been fooled that way plenty of times. But I'm wondering if you've ever gotten that feeling, and then later there's a it's not really happening. There's a few people in my life where I'm on the like right now that I'm on the fence about.
mhm.
There's a woman that Andy and all her rural girls are friends with in LA.
Mhm.
And I can't tell you how many times in the last 6 months Andy will be talking to me about something, and then halfway through she's like, "You were right. I know that's what you're about to say," and I'm like, "I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna fucking say it." But that woman's a creep.
Yeah.
There's something weird about her. She's not good.
Mhm.
What is that? How do you? Because like when you feel that, I almost have a sense of guilt when I don't know. It's like I'm making up my mind about this person on a feeling.
Yeah. When I'm certain there's a lot of times like it's not even anything you're doing conscious. They look like someone that wronged you in the past, or they
Right.
remind you, their behaviors remind you of someone that was harmful previously. Like there's all of these things that could, but I'm talking about like the second you're in the room with someone, you're like, there's evil here. There is evil here.
Yeah.
There is, and then you have to find out where it is.
And I'm wondering if you've ever like been wrong, because I'm gonna be honest, I don't think that I have. I mean, I think I'm like 7 for 7 in my life, which makes me think there's something to it.
Right. Yeah. No, I don't think. Let me see. Because that's the other thing too, is I think when I was younger, sure, because again, all of the other things I've talked about, like, oh, maybe this chick reminds me of this person that was mean to me. This chick reminds me of this, or this dude acts like this person who was very harmful. Like, as you get older, sure, I could where eventually somebody was fine. But as I've gotten older, once I have that conversation with myself while I'm figuring out that feeling, no. So I think
Right.
for me, it's like it's fine tuning that conversation, or fine tuning that energy,
Instinct.
investigative reporting to yourself.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, my friend who has the autistic son is divorced, and the first time I ever met his now ex-wife, I was like, nope, absolutely not. This is not a person I could be friends with. This is someone I will just have to be polite with. And then she turned out to be a narcissist and stole $90,000 from him and all this other horrible. She was an awful person, but was so sweet, so like nice and kind, like pretended to be kind and all this other shit. And then wasn't. And I was like, I know what it looks like when people are faking it. I was raised by a high masking narcissist. You know what I'm saying? I'm high masking as far as my ADHD goes. So I know what it looks like to hide who you really are, because I constantly had to do it to be understood.
Right. But not everyone who's hiding something is hiding
Something
evil
bad.
narcissism.
Correct.
A lot of people are hiding pain or whatever else.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting. I DJ, when you were telling the story about changing in prison, I assumed you met people. Did you mean the whole place?
I mean, the whole dorm. I mean, like, you ever like, I mean, the whole, like, you walk into the door and the entire dorm is thick. And it's not like people are just, well, they're like this. It's just normal, TV's on, people watch it, play cards, whatever, in your dorm room. And that's us. And it's just like, you're just like, holy fuck, man, what the fuck is going on in here?
The store sometimes is like that, and the stand in New York is almost always like that for me.
Mm-hmm.
I go to the stand in New York, and I'm like, it's not, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
I'm now drinking just like they were at the club I just left, but it's, and sometimes it's the same people. They've also walked over, but I'm like, you're a worse version of yourself than you were 10 minutes ago.
Yes.
It's affecting you. And I know you're a good dude. Like, there's something here, and it'll fucking affect me. Like, I'm not strong enough. I told you guys I got back from Austin, like, day 5. I was fucking dropping retard. Like, I was regressing.
Yeah.
That was the other fan comment.
Yeah.
The other fan comment, Carmen tried to tell me what the fans are saying on Discord about me saying the R word, and I was like, I don't really care. But then DJ told me anyway, and one that I agreed with, and I've been thinking a lot about it, is it's cringe. That's truly what it is. As that word's back, and I have been thinking about that. It is back. I just saw like my 6th post I've seen using that word in the last 2 months, and the guy was calling Trump. It was like a liberal dude being like, Trump's fucking retarded. And I got to be honest with you guys, I think if we had done that in the beginning, it would have worked.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would have been like, oh yeah, it kind of is. But it is also base and cringe to do it.
Yeah. It's just, well, once there's like a collective of like, okay, this is harmful, it's not doing anything, like, and then once you're like, well, I'm just say it anyway. Then it's just like, it's very eye rolly. That's what cringe is. It's like, Jesus Christ. Okay. If this is what you need, you know? So, I mean, I get that.
DJ and I talked about it already. Carmen, have you seen this thing that was making the rounds? It was like an interview, and it was an anonymous interview, which right off the bat, come on. I'm going to pull up the quote. I can pull it up pretty quickly, I think.
Okay.
It was about like cancel culture and these words that we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pulling up the wrong thread. See him getting nervous.
It's okay. And listen, nobody's upset at you.
I mean, the way I feel about language and names and words and stuff like that, it's like, there's definitely words like I'm not thrilled about, but then at the same time, I don't know, it's a kind of a respectful thing. Other people don't want to hear it. I don't know. If there's no need for me to say a word, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like pulling it out of the fucking toolbox. But
yeah. That's the difference, I think, between like this, because everybody always likes to bring up censorship, and it's like, no, I'm choosing. I could still say it. I could definitely still say it, sure. But out of respect for people around me.
Right. This quote is so good.
Okay. What is it?
Financial Times, Carmen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to read this. Everyone, I'm going to read it. I'm going to say a couple of bad words. I feel liberated, said a top banker. We can say retard and pussy without the fear of getting canceled. It's a new dawn.
What?
From the Financial Times.
Yeah. I don't know.
What the fuck, dude?
Liberated.
Oh my God, dude.
How about this? If I'm not allowed to say the R word, he should be allowed to say liberated. If poor people can't say their slurs, rich people can't say shit like that, dude.
That man will never know what freedom is. Fuck that guy.
Apparently not. Because he's a top banker. This says.
It's such bullshit.
Honey, get the kids. We liberated the bankers. It's just the dumbest. I keep saying this. It's so dumb right now. That's why I made a comeback. We're too base as a culture to have a better word for how it is right now. It's R-worded. I'm sorry. Give me a better word. Dipshitted. I like dipshitted. It's just dipshittery everywhere I look.
It's not all like that. And I'm just going to go ahead and throw my What's Gravy Baby out here.
Ooh, I know what it's going to be.
Is it going to be Rednote?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. It's awesome. It's awesome, y'all. It's amazing. There's nothing on there that's like, that's even a little bit, like everything I've seen has either been just amazing, like, either what they're making, their cowboys out there, all this stuff, how they're living, growing food and stuff, or it's just been so welcoming. And people are super excited. They're like, welcome TikTok refugees. This is it. Welcome to our space. Here's some rules. Here, let me, ni hao ma.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Ni hao ma.
Yeah, here's what the emojis mean. This is what this does. Come here, we're so glad to have you guys and sharing this cultural experience.
Mm-hmm.
And like, we're so happy to have you. And it's just and it's like 60% like that, and then the other rest of it is just Luigi everywhere, dude. It's everything. People are painting Luigi. They're putting on his fits. Like if there's a picture of him, they'll like model the fits that he's got. It's great. It's crazy. Big long discussions about healthcare, about what's going on in China, how their systems used. But of course, there is, you know, a bit of censorship as far as that's concerned. So they can't, like, there's definitely that going on. They definitely have that. I'm not saying it's like, you know.
Man, how mad do you think they were when the next day, the next day, Redbook was like the second highest grossing app in all of the country?
Dude, our leadership, I would argue, they fucked up worse in the sense of the consequences for all of us have been much worse.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of their goal and meeting it, you'd be hard pressed to find a better textbook example of this is what you shouldn't do. And here's where they fucked up. I've been thinking a lot about it. Americans will take a lot. We'll take anything. We have shit healthcare. You're killing us. Cops are murdering us, choking us to fucking death. It's on fire right now. You're extracting wealth. You're not giving us anything back. Don't you dare take our game. Don't you dare take my little phone escape away from me. They took our drug.
Yeah.
They took a drug addict's drug.
That's literally what it was.
That's the only way you had to get out of this hellhole. You know what I mean?
They took a drug addict's drug and they were like, they won't find another place for it. You damn right they will.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. If there's anything we know is we find a coping mechanism, my friend. We will find escapism somewhere.
It's so funny. And then don't tell the Christians this. I can't wait for them to find out. Apparently 6 means great, and so people will write repeating sixes when they think you did awesome. So there's a lot of 666 commentary. China's red. It's got a star. Like I could write an entire book on why China is Satan from my evangelical past, just based on what I know from Rednote alone. And I'm not even on there. I just got DJ and Andy telling me about it.
Dude, I love it. Even in the nightclubs in Hong Kong, they'll have entire montages of Luigi that they're playing like house musics to and stuff like that.
They're obsessed.
Yeah.
They're obsessed. They're worse than we are about it. Not really. We really got it bad over here. Deservedly.
I'm down bad. I pretended to be his brother. Multiple times.
Did you find the other comment of criticism from our?
That was it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It was the Discord criticism of me calling things like I see them.
So stupid.
I'm what, Gordon?
I said you're stupid. That one's still valid.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm saying stupid hurtful. In that it's not your genetics in any way. It's you as a person.
I mean, I think that there's a time and place for it. Like, Trey's got that joke where, like, it was a long time ago. God, who was it?
He's talking about the attorney for the QAnon shaman, and this is true. Sat in court, Your Honor. Yeah. He's retarded.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's fucking great.
Yeah, to have that in the notes, somebody had to type that in. The stenographer had to write that down as fact. It's pretty funny.
Well, and the line that Trey said, he said he used the wrong word, but the attorney was making a good point because what he was saying is the information that's being given to these people is too much. It's too insane. It's too crazy. And what he was trying to say is, Judge, you can't give somebody that retarded something this crazy and expect it to turn out okay.
Yeah.
Thank God for jokes.
And I'm pretty sure, I don't remember if we've mentioned it on here before, but that's the other joke about it that's about that word is the Stanhope bit where he was like, you have to give me something to call my friend. And he's like, no matter what you change it to, it would like if it was mentally challenged, mentally disabled, if it's X chromosome, Y, blah blah. He made out this long medical term. He's like, that's what I'm going to call my friend. It doesn't matter what you change the word to. But and then he goes about the history of the word. It used to be imbecile. They used to call people imbeciles, and now that's an insult. It used to be called. Go ahead.
Does he talk about how the kids have already done what he's saying?
No, I don't.
My
think so.
nephews call their friends SPED for special ed, because that's the new thing that, unfortunately, like what he's describing happening is currently happening in real time. His point is like, whatever you medically call this person, we're going to throw that at our friends. It's not right, but we're going to do it. That's happening right now. Be like, fucking get a load of SPED over here.
Oh my God. Man, they're so concise, the young kids. Everything's so short and shortened.
They like to abbreviate.
Yeah. They just drop off halves of words. Preach.
They cut their hair off right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Like, again, I'm a total free speech absolutist. You know what I'm saying? I totally believe in that. I just don't feel like that falls into that category.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially when a lot of times in these contexts, it's comedians speaking about them. It's not them calling their friend that.
Right.
They're talking about a community of people that a lot of which can't defend themselves. So in that regard, I think it's obnoxious. And
until they let me give them weapons.
I mean, listen, let's stop weaponizing words and weaponize these kids.
Well, here's the whole thing. It's like,
You wanted to say it.
I know we've talked about it
so
before.
bad.
I didn't want to say it. I was going to say these telepaths, which is worse. Yeah, see? Exactly. Very not okay. Sorry, everybody.
Give her a fork.
Give her a fork.
Yo, I got to do work soon.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
We got to go.
Sucks.
Did you have anything that's gravy, though, before you go? You had 2 more minutes.
Me or DJ? Oh, DJ said Rednote.
Rednote's is the gravy thing for him. What about
Hey,
you?
don't look for me on there because I'm just on there creeping. I'm not posting it.
Yeah. I have been, no, man, I just been doing open mic. I did an open mic last night. There was some gravy stuff going on there for me, yeah.
Yeah?
Good and bad, but like the fun bad, you know, some crazies. There was a girl, I don't know what she's going through, but buddy, we heard about it. I'll tell you that right now. And I thought her leg was bleeding. It turned out it was a tattoo, but I was like, man, I forgot what open mics were like. This girl's just up there bleeding. There was a guy who was doing, you know, the hack thing of like breaking down rap lyrics.
Oh, yeah.
Chingy said, let's talk about it. This dude was doing that with Marcus Aurelius. It wasn't horrible. And he was like, you know, the philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, and then he's like, and I'd like to imagine, and I was like, I can't, is he getting away with this? And he kind of got away with it. Like, people were like, oh, yeah, I gotta see what you did there.
It's because so many boys love Roman and the Roman Empire so much. That's why that we're doomed to repeat it.
Yeah, there was a young comic with Tourette's. Crushing it for about 6 or 8 minutes. It did, you know how like when someone has it's like you gotta move on and talk about your life eventually.
Yeah.
But dude, the first 6 minutes, I asked her how long you been doing comedy? She's like, a year. I was kind of blown away. These were solid jokes about having Tourette's. Act outs. She's talking about how she sometimes fakes it so she could just piss her mom off. Like, it's the dick. I can't help that I'm coming on a dude's face right now. It was a good time. Great oldies.
Yeah. That's fun.
Yeah, I got an audition coming up. I've just been doing comedy and hanging out with my kid. I got nothing else in my life going on. Kid's been great.
Yeah. Has he done anything that's brought you significant joy?
Anything new? I think I talked about this last week, but maybe not. He's at the point where like if you're like, hey, take this to daddy, he does it. And then recently we were dancing, and he was like dancing and he was moving his arms and clapping, and he would make a noise when the song went off, and he would want his song to come back on, and that made me cry.
Oh, he was like, bring it back.
Yeah, it was just like him being a person, and then him wanting music. It just like that whole moment was like a lot in a good way.
That's beautiful. I love it. I love it. Well, nice. All right. Well, we've hit an hour. Beautiful. Thank you guys so much for listening. Patreon.com/gravybabypod if you want to throw money at us. Or if you wanted to donate it all towards the wildfires in Los Angeles, if you send me the money directly, it's all going to mutual aid. I'm literally buying it and bringing it to the community center. Just send me the cash and make sure you make a note of what it is. That's literally where I'm going right now. That's why I got my bright ass yellow orange shirt.
Yay!
And that's been
rad,
making me
dude.
feel good. So
You got anything to plug? Is what I'm trying to say. I'm doing a horrible job of.
nope.
Cool. I'm auditioning for Netflix as a joke in Nashville Thursday, January 23rd. I think that is at 10 p.m. I know that's late. Come on anyway. And then I'll be in Marietta, Georgia the next night as part of some festival that I don't quite understand, but I know we're doing comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the
Beautiful.
30th, make sure you guys sign up for the Discord. Come find out why Drew is wrong. That's actually what we'll be talking about. Why Drew is wrong. When he's not around and has no fork to
In
defend
which
himself.
way, yeah.
Yeah, and all the way. Are you
Your
bastard.
fork is no match for my tinfoil hat, buddy.
Joke's on you, DJ. I've always got my fork around. I'm always forking around. So why don't you fork around and find out?
Oh, shit.
Oh.
All right, guys. We love you. We'll see you next week. Bye.
You could stick a whole ribeye in one of your back pockets. Like,